Welcome back, everybody. It's a Starborn Feline here, picking up with another episode of Reverse 1999. We are picking up where we left off last time, and this is the newest expansion, 2.2. We are picking up with Part 5, Waterway to Hell. Just some quick recaps. So we are over in, down in, I want to say Brazil, if I remember correctly. I'm blanking for some reason, but yeah, I believe it's Brazil. And basically, we are here investigating Man of Vindicte, and basically a lot of the plot threads from the last two expansions, have basically come up and are become more relevant. The Brotherhood and the Order of Enlightenment that we're talking about in the last few episodes, fronts for the madness that they just dropped all of a sudden, and it might have to do with an artifact they got called, or rather, an item they got that controlled a demon named Kimberly. I'll admit the name Kimberly for a demon is not the most intimidating thing in the world, but still. Anyway, we are picking up, and we actually have run into Miss Kimberly. She was on the same boat as us, sneaking food. So yeah, anyway, let's see here. The river is both home and life. The river gives, and the river takes. So true in so many ways.
A few treats to buy their worship, and they call it kindness. How undignified, to be reduced to begging for scraps like a dog.
Dignity doesn't count for much in the face of hunger.
Yet no man can live by bread alone.
And yet none can live without it.
You're a clever girl, Senora. But I hear from your accent you are no local. So what brings you to San Paulo? Business, ne? I have some business myself in the favelas.
Colombia, senor. And no, only a visit. To the San Paulo Veterans Residence. It's a safe place. If you find yourself in trouble, you should seek it out.
Oh, is it now? Thank you. You're very kind to offer. Care for a game of dice, señorita?
What's the bet?
Well, let us bet against the goodness in one another. Let us say that the loser will cover the cost of all the food given to all the little vendedores today. In the winner's name, of course.
That's no small wager, senor. Still, I appreciate the good game. High-low then. Who goes first?
Ladies first.
Low.
Let's make it more interesting. 6. If it rolls anything else, you win. Do you mind? I lost, just as was meant to be. So then, I am to be the vehicle of grace today. Might I have your name, Senora? so that all may know the name which is to be sung in paradise today.
Carlota Lopez Rivera. But it is Lopera, should you ask after me.
That's an interesting die you have there.
It was only luck. What's going on?
Do as I say, all of you!
Look, Vertain. There are some more river cowboys over there.
I'm afraid they seem more like river pirates. Stay back, Sotheby. What do you want?
Where's the captain? We're changing destinations. The ship will be docking in the favela now. Or we'll blow it all to bits.
Get out of the way!
Hold your fire, Lipera. There are oil drums on board.
Ugh, slimy rats.
Okay, let me just say that that man, the one who Lopera was playing die with, he's setting off some red flags. If you notice that particular color of black and blue, typically, if you haven't noticed, that is an indicator that he is with a Manus. So I'm curious to see where this is gonna go. As for the pirates, I am genuinely curious as to what they're trying to do here.
Let's kill time together.
And for those who don't know, pirates are an actual really big threat in Brazil. So that's always something you gotta be careful of.
Learn from silence.
Get out of here. Ow!
Stay balanced. The moment of
You
silence
send out the mice.
until the torch is lit.
That's actually kind of good. Yeah, her skills are still not super buff, but that's fine.
Where'd go?
Hop off to heal. Let's get rid of this card. Again, send out the swarm. Get rid of that.
Plan haste. I'm losing my patience.
Must say I can't use
Conventional choice.
Nala just yet. Okay.
Moment of utterance.
That. Send out the squirrel.
Hounds. Plan haste.
And that.
Benefit from reading.
So, just some comments about Nala, just in general, because she's actually fairly powerful. For those who don't know, her whole skill set, and the reason why I really want to use her, so she contracts to another character, and anytime the character does actions, Nala gets, she'll get the basic, what's it called? Not the buff, the Moxie for ultimates.
To speak of truth. The moment of utterance.
Sterilized.
And on top of that, once she gets an additional
Your soul has tilted.
Moxie, she'll get an additional Moxie on top of the one you would get for any actions performed with a contracted character. The thing you have to be careful of, however, is depending on the character, they can't cast their ultimate until Nala does. So once she casts her ultimate or starts channeling her ultimate, the contract character will go first, then her. So that's something you really do need to watch out for, depending on what you're trying to do.
Wear gloves.
That. Got that.
The moment of
Handy.
silence.
And we'll get rid of that. I'm gonna keep the heal just in case.
Learn from silence.
Since this is a free-to-play account, I am a little bit strapped for certain materials.
Stay balanced.
Sterilized. Planting.
So I can't get a lot of these guys up to where I need to as far as their insight goes. Or their skill level goes.
Get out of here.
I think Medicine Pocket's only like at 6 right now. 6 himself is at 10, and
I should excuse myself.
I think our thief here, she's only like at 3.
Lepera!
Either we go to the favela or to the bottom of the river. Claro? Make your call.
The favela. Are you with the Apostles' Brotherhood?
Huh?
They forced you into doing this, didn't they? Hijack the ship and bring it to us. Is that right? Too bad for you. This ship won't be making any unplanned detours today. Estúpidos! Get down! Blazebusters?
Oh my god!
Lifeboats! Get to the lifeboats now!
God help us! This is hell!
Hold the railings! Stay on the deck!
Let go, Sotheby! You need to jump now! Join Lepera! Vertain!
you doing here? Why do we keep meeting in these awkward situations? Consider my debt paid.
Okay, so I think I just found my thumbnail for for this episode. I love consider my debt paid. I love that. Honestly, some of these scenes are these
things went sideways. That's what happens when you put guns in the hands of amateurs.
Sorry, let me just say this cutscenes in this game just keeps getting better and better. And is this the red-bellied piranhas? Is this what I think it is?
But you handled the water better this time. You controlled your breathing, kept your airways clear, and this time, you remembered to lie back and float.
No, this is someone new.
Does it matter? I'm all you've got. We're at war. Bullets flying, wounds festering, typhoid, cholera, and all the worst of it. It's a living hell, and only fools think there's any honor in it. You never expect to see a familiar face again. Not in times like these. Now I need you to listen. There's something you should know.
And that is?
The raid on the river was a ploy, and its mastermind is an old acquaintance. As for the ones who carried it out, you already heard about them this morning.
Well, that's not ominous and all.
They promised their followers they'd push south, and they did. With their supplies secured by a mysterious third party, they paraded through every town along the way, playing as liberators and taking out anyone they decided were their enemies. They swelled in numbers, larger than any local gang or cult had ever gotten before. Now they swarm across the land like a school of red-bellied piranhas, always hungry, ready to tear apart anything that crosses their path.
Okay, first of all, let me just say this. I'm curious, who are these people and how are they relevant? I doubt we'll actually see like a physical face or have a face put to them, but I'm curious, who are these people and why are they relevant? They seem to be, the way they talk to us, it's obvious that they know us in some way or another. But how and how, and this is, I'm gonna say, call it now. This is, these cutscenes here, or these little chat things are some way canon. But I just can't figure out how and why they are so important. They are giving us hints about the story here and there, because yes, obviously we talked about it. The man is the groups here are all behind this. What their end goal is, it can't say. I mean, obviously in the case of Manus, get, you know, humans to, or remove humans, make our case to main species of the world. The Brotherhood was talking about reviving the Sufferer, but since they were a branch of the Manus, I don't know how true that is. Anyway, what happened to the others?
Chances are they're doing fine. Just like you. Would have been nice if you caught what that little executioner and that gold-hearted gambler were talking about during their dice game. Guess you'll have to ask her later.
Why don't you tell me instead?
Listen, I'm not here to run your errands or play your messenger boy, so ask nicely. There's nothing more I need to tell you. For now.
Okay, so I'm just curious, like, what do they mean when he's talking about what they are, what Lopera and the older gentleman were talking about? Guess we'll have to wait and see. Tender Pretender. While the stage shows the character in the script, it never truly reveals the person behind the role.
The Brotherhood just took a beating from Zeno. If they're caught up with their own trouble, then we might have a golden opportunity to turn the people against them. We can't lose anyone else to their lies. What do you say? Want to talk about plans?
Here, drink up.
Thanks. Listen, as much as I enjoy being out here all day, we've got to take action now. The sooner the better. Don't you think?
Hold your horses, young Galeno. Let me explain. Say I throw a punch at you now. Really hit you good. What next? Maybe you'll storm off at first. Then you round up your cousins. Maybe grab that Tommy gun you borrowed from Colonel Tiargo. Then you'll find me, all alone, and say, "You're done, you old fart!" I'm not gonna harm you, kid. And if ever I do, remember that old Duncan must have his reasons, and he'd never harm a friend intentionally.
What is all that supposed to mean?
I'm rambling. I mean, true enough that Lopere hit them hard, and we both know that the Brotherhood will aim to settle that score. And they won't wait long. But if we don't play this smart, it'll only cause them to lash out more. Still, we do have to consider one thing. Those who chose to follow them never come back.
No. They don't.
So, let's seize the day. Grab opportunity by the horns, and maybe we stop losing more of our friends to those bastards. Right now, seems to me that Zeno is our best bet.
That just might work, old man. With the Brotherhood falling apart, Zeno will start to look pretty good to folks here.
But not so fast, kid. We need a little patience. Let the line out a little first. If you fail to prepare, you're prepared to fail. Got it! Excellent! Oh, don't think you can get away from me! You like to wrestle, huh? All right, let's see who gets the upper hand. Old Duncan is not about to lose a battle to... a fish!
Osa! Do you see the size of its belly? It's huge!
What a deal! Catch one, get one free. How generous, Mother River. All right, jokes aside, Galeno. Come on, help me get her out.
This has got to be the strangest thing you've ever fished out from the river. Duncan, look! She's got an anaconda chasing after her!
I saw it. Don't you worry. Hang in there, Lopera. Come this way, we'll get you. Here, take it.
Thank goodness you were here to grab me. But what are you doing all the way out here?
I was wondering the same thing about you, girl. Seems like a strange place for a swim. I suppose you wouldn't know anything about the girl we just fished out over there.
Sotheby! Hey, can you hear me?
Easy now, Lopera. We just cut her out of that fish's belly. You're a veritable Jonah, aren't you?
I dreamt of a very, very big fish. And I was in its belly. It was as wide as the sky. I couldn't breathe. A terribly strange dream, Mr. Carson.
She's awake!
Mr. Carson? You... How? There's a little dirt on me. Here, and on the collar too. Oh, goodness. Why am I here? What? Could it really be you, Mr. Carson?
Carson? You must be mistaken, little lady. My name is Duncan. I'm a friend of Lopera.
That's right. Sotheby, this is Duncan from the Veterans Residence. We've known each other for a long time. You must be confusing him with someone else.
Now, up on your feet, little lady.
Mr. Carson! Oh, sorry. It's just... I didn't expect you to suddenly pull my arm.
Pardon me, little lady. We tend to be very straightforward here in the favela.
It's quite all right. Only... No, I just don't understand. You look exactly like Mr. Carson. How could you be anyone else? Except for your attire. And those shoes. And the liquor?
Oh, pardon me, little miss. Are you not comfortable with us drinking? Galeno, put the cup away for me, please.
No, I only meant... Mr. Carson, it truly seems as though you've forgotten everything. Oh, but I'm being terribly unladylike. Still, you don't seem to mind at all.
I must be a dead ringer for this guy to have gotten you all flustered, little miss. Seems like you cared very deeply for this Mr. Carson.
Yes, I did. So then, you really aren't him.
Sorry to disappoint, little lady, but I'm flattered by the resemblance. Maybe I can be your friend too. In fact, feel free to call me Carson. Why not? A rose by any other name, eh?
Mr. Carson.
I know how hard it can be. I lost my wife, and my comrade in arms. I even managed to lose his daughter, after I promised to take care of her. She'd have been just about your age. I'm rambling again. I suppose what I'm saying is, I know what it feels like to lose someone you love.
Oh no. But what about Miss Vertain? We've lost her. Where could she be now? We must find her.
Slow down. We need to think things through first. Those knuckleheads blew up the entire ship. Which means our comms belong to the Caymans now.
Not to worry. I've been through worse. Back in '82 on the Rio Negro... Before I go rambling on again, let's head back to the city. Come on now. Trust good old Duncan. Sorry, I mean Carson. Trust Carson to lead the way.
Okay, so it's not Mr. Carson they were talking about, but it is Duncan. I'm still curious if like maybe there's some kind of family relationship. I remember if so this isn't something that was shown in game, but they actually did an official announcement about this a while back. They know that the storm doesn't follow the same rules as your standard time travel. The way they described it is that they used a critter, they extracted venom from a specific critter, and made a special gun with it. When they went back to a point before they extracted the venom from the critter, they used that same gun to shoot the critter. It died from the venom, but the gun remained unaffected and the critter remained unaffected. So I'm curious if this is maybe Mr. Carson or maybe a relative of his, somewhere farther back down the family tree. I don't know. There's no real easy way to tell, so at least not yet. But let's see here. False accusations. Considering your past actions, we hereby conclude and pronounce you guilty. I just had a flashback to Rail from Twisted Wonderland.
I've never wanted to put San Paulo through this chaos. Order, peace, unity. Those are my purposes. Much has been wagered here, Marcando. Much. Now it has been lost.
Your Reverence, it was Zeno. Those animals. We'll make them pay for what they did. Is that why you've decided to grace us with your presence, Your Reverence? There is a lot to do if we're going to recover the ground I've lost, Your Reverence. And there's something more. A new doctor down at the veterans' residence. Some blind woman. I would not bother you with it, Lord Santos. Except that she's been helping people in the favela, and it is swaying them towards Zeno.
Then this doctor is with Zeno.
She must be. She's always at the veterans' residence. Spends most of the day with those old war dogs.
A doctor gaining the trust of the people in the favela. She'd make quite the prize, wouldn't you say, Marcando? A much more valuable bargaining chip to Zeno than a few deserters. You will see this task through, Marcando. But before that, we need to pay a visit to the favela. I've brought us some new blood.
See? Just like this. Wrap the wire around it. Better do it twice. And align the red and black slowly.
Unbelievable!
It's science, kids. Nothing unbelievable about it.
I don't know how to thank you, Duncan.
Admiral, Lopera just called in.
Put her through.
Lopera, it's me. What happened?
Our ship was sunk. Miss Sotheby and I washed ashore near the favelas. As for the Timekeeper, she went overboard. We lost sight of her in the commotion. Her current status is unknown.
We'll send people to find her and escort her to the veterans' residence.
Additionally, Lieutenant, I have some fresh recruits eager to enroll with Zeno. But they will need the Admiral's assurances that their families will be under our protection.
They have it. What's their ETA?
They'll leave at once.
Pera!
That little hothead.
Sir, your orders.
Leave the matter to me, Mulder. I will send someone to take care of this.
What did the Admiral say?
He agreed.
Did you hear that? Xena will protect us!
I have no doubt. They were working for the Brotherhood.
The Apostles' Brotherhood? They've bounced back quicker than I'd hoped. Still, we need to be cautious. Figure out just what they're after.
That guy looks familiar. That's him! He was on the ship with me.
The Brotherhood has experienced a setback, yes, as all great causes do. But we will rise again, for we serve the one true purpose. Hear me now, brothers and sisters, fellow Arcanists. Our days of anguish and deprivation are over. This sufferer will walk among us once more, and we will bask in their divine grace. The day of triumph draws near. Soon our wagers will pay off. All will reap what we have sown. You only need stand with us and take their blessings. In return for this, they ask only for your unwavering allegiance. My brothers and sisters, speak. What do you seek?
Senor, please. We only want to see our family again. Since they've joined the Brotherhood, we've had no word. We haven't seen or heard from them at all.
But you will see them again soon. I tell you that they are even now faithfully serving our kind in a new land of prosperity. They're in Ushuaia, in Antarctica, in all places where the past and the future converge. There will be no more poverty, no more hatred, no more chaos. We shall reclaim what's rightfully ours. Remember this. Humans are vile and sinful creatures. They tortured our men and women, leaving our children to cry in hunger and desperation. But they've already played their hand. All their reason, their science, and their despicable organizations. They raise these rotten edifices to weaken us and leech off of our misfortunes, to blind us from our true purpose. But no longer. Soon their games will be over, and every injustice and oppression they've held over our people will be returned tenfold. All that they've built will crumble down over their heads. Tell me, my fellow brothers and sisters, what is evil? Evil is the absence of good. And to find what is good
is to follow our path. The High One has promised us strength and glory. Come with me!
That's a Manus mask.
Sorrow will weaken you, and fear may seize your hearts. Instead, let faith be your guide. Those who take that leap shall find themselves lifted up on the Apostles' wings, while those who hesitate will be scorched by the fires at their feet. I have said all that must be said. We'll meet again here in 3 days' time.
Don't listen to him! He's a lunatic!
And just who are you?
Marcando.
As students of the truth, we have been granted a much stronger weapon than violence.
Lopera, follow my lead. Sir, please forgive her. She has mistaken you for those pirates on the Tiete River.
So just a misunderstanding then? I'm no lunatic after all?
Yes, Your Reverence. She came across a terrible raid on her way here, you see. The poor girl was left terrified.
Well, I'll need more than a few words to convince my friends we have not been insulted.
I'm an old man with nothing to give you but the truth. Believe me, sir, I came all this way just for you. I want to join the Brotherhood. She didn't mean to offend any of the gentlemen here. Please, sir, she's only a kid.
Of course. I try never to take offense at a sweet young lady. However, if I'm to believe you, I will need you to up your ante to prove you are worthy, sir.
If that's what you need, Lord, allow me to sweeten the deal. See that guy over there? His name is Galeno. He's been recruiting for Zeno. He told me so himself.
Duncan?
Bring the young man closer, Marcando.
Are you out of your mind? Don't touch me!
Well, this... well, it wasn't clean before, but it just got a little bit messier.
Let's kill time together.
We had to fight the locals. And this is... oh, this is annoying. I forgot about these guys. So we can't do anything to them until they drop their invisibility. Let's see. rather not waste it, but I don't have much of a choice here. Okay, so this actually works out. Lose you. Drop that. Drop that.
We walk in long nights.
That I don't think we'll be able to one shot in this round, unfortunately. Yeah, no. Okay, actually this worked out.
And moment of utterance.
There we go. That should do it.
The scale of your soul has tilted.
Yeah.
The balance
But
needs
the fact
to be restored.
this is a common tactic used by not just cults, but a lot of abusive people manipulate people who are in a low point in life, getting them to do what they want. And unfortunately, a lot of the people here in an impoverished nation are falling for a hook, line, and sinker.
Moments of silence. We walk in long nights.
And I like that they're reusing some of these designs, but in fun ways. Get rid of you.
I'm ready.
That and that.
Maximize the value of dumbasses. Go! Go! Go!
Conventional choice.
Get out of here.
There we go. Nice chunk of damage there.
The show's on,
Moments of utterance.
Plan A.
Okay. That should clear things up. Yeah.
Even for a great.
So the Brotherhood is using people who are in low positions to get what they want. Now, I believe there are some in the Brotherhood who genuinely believe their cause, but
benefit from reading.
Ultimately, I don't think it's going to really be helpful to a lot of people who actually need the help.
Whew, that went smooth.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's see.
Let's go.
I admire your courage. But bravery alone won't protect you from harm. Tell me, son, is what he said the truth of it? Now, you'll give me the names of Zeno's new recruits. Who are they?
Everyone! Every man and woman in this city that still has a shred of integrity!
I'm not gonna harm you, kid. And if ever I do, remember that old Duncan must have his reasons, and he'd never harm a friend intentionally.
This young man has one day to think it through. He will give us his names. Or he will give us his eyes and tongue as offerings. Mr. Duncan, let this task be set on you. Prove yourself worthy of our trust.
It will be my honor, Your Reverence.
Marcando, you'll stay with them. Don't forget what I told you earlier.
Okay, so I kind of see what Duncan's doing here. Yeah, it's a classic thing where he'll get in their good graces to get into their circle and see what they're up to. Try to find a way to counter them, but he's also doing something where if it goes south, he's probably only going to be the one who gets caught.
This place was once known for its inexhaustible mines, the riches of its rainforests, and its brave and passionate people. But now, the first two are gone. Chaos and power struggles loom over the younger generation, while the rich and well-connected sit atop their piles of corpses and rubble and feast, dining off golden plates with silver spoons, turning their noses up from the dogs at their feet. But that gold has lost its shine, and their silver spoons have tarnished. Everyone can see them for what they really are. So, what now? Either the people save themselves, or turn their fate over to the hands of the so-called savior. What would you do, if it were you?
I'd save myself first.
That's a smart choice. Now that the carnival's over, people have to deal with more than just their hangovers. They must figure out how to save their own skins. Most, though, will just run around like chickens with their heads cut off, begging for their pain to be taken away. But all they'll get is another morphine shot. Nothing close to a real solution. Fear spreads like a disease, until an entire generation is out on the streets, hoping to find anything that will lift them out of their misery. No need to start panicking just yet. Things are still under control. Your lady friend has stepped up to solve this mess, and the veteran knows what he's doing. This city is unlike any you've seen before. You must learn its secrets to survive. Remember which street kids are from which alley, and what intel they can be relied on for. Learn the dates when the dealers bring their medicine into port, and figure out which water tanks hide the key to the local gang's safe house. Don't look at me for answers. It's none of my business.
Okay, so that's not a somber thought, but yeah, sometimes the only thing you can do in life is, if things have gone bad, you can't save everybody, you can only save yourself sometimes. I know that sounds selfish, but that's something you gotta remember. I believe there's a term in psychology, it's about not lighting yourself on fire to keep others warm. If you know you're in a bad situation, and others are suffering too, see what options you have, and if you realize that at the end of the day you can only help yourself, I don't think it's a bad idea to take it, because what's the point in you suffering with everyone? Because once you save yourself and you're out of that situation, depending on what it is, you may be able to come back and help others later. But hey, that's just my opinion, honestly. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get heavy there, but just something I want to point out. On the margins of life and death. In the midst of such prolonged suffering, happiness feels as far away as the sun in the sky. And just point out, Kimberly and Vertain were both floating in the river there.
In the narrow streets, violence is so often more than just a means to ending conflicts. It is a tool, and one all too readily used. I must note, however, with some relief that segregation so commonly observed in other regions is absent here. The Arcanists of Sao Paulo live alongside humans, with the latter often displaying traits more common to their Arcanist neighbors. Passionate, if a bit touchy. Life here is incomparable to the comfort, security, and freedom of New England. Hardship, violence, and oppression are the fundamentals of life, as constant as the sun, and as heavy as the rain. This country is renowned for its coffee and sugar. It is a land of beauty and bounty. Treasures too often extorted, whether by the princes of Europe and their donatarios, or now by the bankers and corporations. Despite all the centuries of treasures extracted from the land, desperation remains everywhere you look. It is a place where insurmountable wealth and the deepest deprivations are neighbors. Sometimes they lie only a street across from one another. The multinationals have cut open the country's throat, and now they drink it dry, leaving the people struggling with poverty and chaos. It is a bleak existence. Dear readers, I share this with you so the story of these people might be heard. Shippy, do you know, has life always been like this here?
If you ask me, Doc, San Paulo in 1990 isn't much different from Nassau's 1681.
It's a shame. Between the sunshine and warm sands, there is a good life to be lived here, if only they were free enough to live it. I used to dream of traveling to all sorts of fascinating places. A foggy city by the Thames, and a little town blanketed in snow and sunflowers. I met so many different people, though I find I can no longer recall their voices. I have only their words left, only my records of them.
Have you heard of a weed down at the bottom of Lake Ilapongo? The people there turn it into a polenta with cornmeal. Supposedly, if you have it, you'd recall every last thing that's ever happened to you. Every bit of it.
Wow! What's a weed called?
They call it La Hierba del Tonto, Spanish for the fool's weed. You see, lad, only a fool would want to remember everything. Sometimes a little forgetfulness is a blessing in disguise.
I beg to differ, Shippy. To forget the past, its lessons in pain and joy alike, that isn't a blessing. It's oblivion. But let's not argue over some mythical weed. For all the claims, no one has ever seen it. Just another myth, like the succubus or the minotaur.
Aye, aye, let's talk about succubi instead. That's sure to get the lads pricking up their ears. Back in 88, I mean 1688 of course, our chief mate Mr. Morgan had an encounter with a succubus after he found her seal while carousing in Portobello. If the rumors tell true, once he got a hold of it, she grabbed a hold on him too. I couldn't say what transpired, but we never saw hide nor hair of him again. hell is all that commotion?
Hey, wake up! Hey, stay with me! Can you hear me? Hello?
She's still breathing. Why won't she wake up?
Whew. What happened to the lass?
Miss, are you all right? Is there anything we can do?
Yes, I'm fine. The ship went down.
Blow me down. These waters are getting rougher by the day.
And we drifted down the river until we reached the shore here. I know she's traveling with her friends, but I don't know where they could be now. Everything happened so fast.
Shippy, what's going on? Are there people that need care? What's their condition?
Just one, alas. She's still breathing, but she looks like she's been keelholed for a bit too long.
Miss, please lay her down on her side.
What are you going to do to her?
Save her, if I can. Good, good. She'll make it. Please, make sure her airway's clear.
Are you sure about that, Doc? The lass looks paler than a ghost. I think she's burning up.
You're right. We'll need to take her back with us. I'll fix some medicine for her. Would you give me a hand, miss? Help her up on my back. Oh, she's almost as light as a child. I need to run some tests and see if it's just an ordinary fever, or if she has contracted something from the water. Don't worry. You're safe with us.
Where are we going? Wait up!
Home.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to say, so this is a character we've seen several times now. Back in the previous chapters, she was, back in the previous main story chapter, she was there on the Isle, and if you recall, she went through the storm. She disappeared. Not to mention, she was back in a previous side story with Yenisei. Back when they were doing the first limited character, and they started out in Russia and ended up in China. So, how is she still here? Is she maybe not human? I don't know. Or maybe it has something to do with the way she blindfolded herself. Because, if you recall, part of the man's ritual involves blinding yourself to be protected from the effects of the storm. So I'm curious if maybe that has something to do. She has her own form of that ritual, minus the side effects. And from here on, we just collecting little clues. I'll show everything off at the end. But yeah, let me just check this real quick. Okay, just gonna go through this little by little. So 3, 2, 1. Oh, pause as you go to read this if you want. 3, 2, 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And that is it. Okay, so with that, comment down below. What is your opinion on the story so far? What are your theories? We're getting clues, and I'm getting a few ideas of what's going on here, but I don't want to say just yet until we get to the end of the chapter, because there's just so much here that I feel it's leading up to a lot. We'll probably get answers to some of the questions in later parts of the story, but there's also a lot more we're going to learn as we go along. So until then, thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos when they come out. And remember to share this video with people who might enjoy the content or just need a little bit of background noise in their life. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to be kind, try to create something new tomorrow, and I'll see you all next video. Until then, this has been the Starborn Feline signing off now, saying goodbye.